Welcome to Preakness Weekend here in Charm City. We got horse racing, we got races, MLB races, soccer races. Let's go. All right, welcome in everybody. Preakness Weekend here in B-More. NYWD Podcast, Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrard. What's up, B?
What is going on, Hurt? Sorry, man. I gotta roll. I gotta go see my man Bruno real quick, man. You know, at the Preakness, man. So I gotta go.
Didn't he perform yesterday?
Oh, is that how that works?
I think so. I think he performs before the Preakness. I think he's like the headliner Friday, not after. I don't think.
No, I think he performs during the Preakness.
I don't think. He's not during. He's either before.
Yes, he's during. What? He's there for the Preakness. No.
Yeah, but they have like a Friday set. It's like almost like a whole weekend.
Oh, he performs at the Preakness, dude.
Yeah, but it's not. You say at or after? I don't. But he's not after the Preakness.
No, he performed today.
Oh, okay. So right before the Preakness. I get it.
Yeah. I don't know what. So I think they switched it up this year. So I don't know if he performed like before the big race or after the big race.
I think because the race is the main event. So I think they always have the concert. That's why I thought it was maybe Friday night. But I think they have other people come in Friday. But maybe he did.
No, you perform in the infield like while everything's going on.
That's what I'm saying. So it has to be before the race. So.
Oh, before the big race, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no one cares about the other little black eyed and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But for some reason, I think this year, and like I said, I could be wrong, but I think this year they were switching it up and having them perform after the big race, is what I'm saying. But I could be wrong about that. Because I don't know how much sense that would make.
Everybody's gone after that point.
Yeah. So it must have been during or before. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah. I'm glad Bruno's here because Bruno's here. You can follow us on YouTube and StreamYard. You can subscribe and like since he's down here. Also, we're on Facebook, IG, Twitter, as well as Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find NYWD Podcast. And also, folks, we're not going to hurt you.
Oh, my gosh.
That bird's creepy. Come here. I'm not going to hurt you.
Oh, boy.
Creepiest bird ever. This is why I don't like birds. Exactly. That's why I don't like birds.
Well, I do like birds.
Obviously, yes. You have all bird teams.
Yes, sir.
And your life is all birds and a turtle.
I know, yo. That's it. But now speaking of birds, well, you know, the title of our podcast is A National Treasure in Charm City, dude. Not only did we have Bruno here, not only did we have National Treasure here, but we had a true national treasure here this week, Kurt. And boy, did he perform like it. Your boy, Shohei Ohtani, was here.
The real MVP's MVP. So, yeah, you went on Monday. I wanted to go, but, I had other obligations. And you got a close personal picture with Shohei. And you were like, this dude is Tizzo.
Yeah, dude. That was the biggest takeaway I took. Dude, I had no idea this dude was that big.
I almost thought you said about this is the biggest takeaway I took away. I really wanted you to do that. I was like, okay, it's the first time for that one.
No, but yo, that dude he's a big guy, yo. I didn't realize I think he's like 6'4", yo, and he's man. He's no joke, man. But it was, man, he put on a show Monday and Thursday, man. He Monday, I think he reached base 5 times or 6 times, something crazy.
Almost hit for the cycle.
Almost hit for the cycle, yo.
Now, do you understand why? I mean, you know why, but like again, if Mike Trout was there, did he hit home run that game too?
He homered. I can't remember if he homered in that game, but he homered twice against this series.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I mean, were most people there to see Ohtani?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So when I went to the bullpen area to see him, everybody was just holding up their phones, just trying to get pictures, trying to get video. There was a lot of Asian representation there, of course. People were speaking to him in Japanese. Yeah, man, it was.
Did you
cool.
say konnichiwa?
No, I didn't say. Dude, I was just man. I was but it was no. People
from Baltimore. You should have said konnichiwa, dummy. That would have been perfect.
No, I would have told him and said New Balance we got now. So that's what I should have said to him.
But you're near Under Armour, so that's not right. Don't do that to him. Oh man, that's number one. I'm glad you got to go to a game, but I'm glad you got to see someone that you wanted to see, and this is how when everybody plays everybody, sometimes you get these kind of matchups. And I mean, we're sitting there looking at the schedule to see when he was going to pitch and all that good stuff. So you got to see him hit, you got to see him pitch. I know he didn't have a great pitching performance that day. I think he had like maybe 5 earned runs or something like that.
Yeah, he gave up 3 home runs, 5 earned runs, and Orioles really at one lead they had at one point they took the lead against them, but yeah, it was Ohtani was just too much. Like I said, that home run he hit hurt. Like I said, looked like it was coming right to me, and then when I realized it was moving fast, it wasn't. I didn't have a chance to catch it. It was moving fast and over my head, and it would have went straight into Utah Street. That thing was a bullet, yo. It was amazing. It was amazing. So yeah, I'm glad. It was just good seeing him play. That's how baseball should be, right? Like there should be players, like in basketball, right? There's players you want to go to actually watch play. You know what I'm saying? You got your LeBron, you got your Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I gotta go see them play. Steph Curry. I'm gonna buy a ticket so I can go see them play. I wish baseball was like that. I told you, I paid money to see Pujols play. I paid money to see, show it specifically to see these dudes play. And I just wish baseball
advertising. Like besides, like, all right, say for instance, let's look at your division, all right? Who are you we got, besides your team being whoever, and take out the Yankees because they have Judge. Who on Tampa Bay do you want to go see?
Nobody.
Who on the Blue Jays you want to go see?
Vlad.
Okay, maybe Vlad. Okay, Vladdy Jr. Okay, fine. Who on the Red Sox you want to go see?
Nobody.
All right, who on the Twins you want to go see?
The Twins?
Yes.
Nobody.
There's nobody. Let's just keep going. There's no one. There's no marketing. I don't know anyone else on most of these franchises, and that to me is a baseball issue. We know in basketball almost one player on every team, almost. But I can't tell you who was on. I remember some people in Orlando. I can't remember hardly anybody, but I can tell you, 2 players and 1 guy who's in Sacramento or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or but in baseball, I don't know any Tigers. I don't know. I don't know any White Sox.
No, you do. You know one Tiger.
Well, Tiger Woods. Is that what you mean?
No, Miggy. That's it.
I forgot. Look,
he was still playing, didn't you?
Dude, I forgot because this is last season.
Exactly.
Dude, I totally forgot he was there. I almost said Verlander and Scherzer.
Right.
Or Cecil.
Yeah.
And like all the old things all the baseball cards I had. Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, maybe. Like I remember those, and that but then we grew up knowing those guys, dude. We weren't Detroit fans. I mean, there were American League, so you may have known them. We both just love baseball.
Right.
But in also the other sports, we just knew it. I just feel like baseball has this marketing issue. What would make you want to go see the series? Oh, Orioles are at home against the White Sox. So, okay.
But you're right. That was always one player, right?
Yeah.
And every team that you were scared of, or that you know what I mean, that you knew that you would want to see. You know, there was the Big Hurt. You know what I mean? Your namesake on the White Sox. There was, Roberto Alomar, Jim Carter on Toronto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tony Gwynn's.
Wait,
Barry Larkins.
Barry
Larkins.
Right.
Vince Coleman's.
King Griffey Jr.
You said Pujols. The Oakland A's, all of them basically.
Right.
Like we grew up with those teams, and we knew somebody on that team that we wanted to probably go see.
Right. Bo Jackson.
And nowadays, like I can't tell you, just look at my division. Who's on the Marlins?
Dude.
Miggy used to be there.
Jazz Chisholm. That's it. And the only reason why I know that because Nathan talks about him all the time.
There you go. And that's it. But not because I feel like not because we've been like say out of baseball, but I just kind of have a feeling that it's even look at the Brewers. Like Yelich used to be MVP. They talk about him. I haven't heard anything about Yelich in like a minute.
Right.
Pirates are tied for first place. Anybody talk about the Pirates that much? No. I mean, when we played the Pirates, was the Pirates? They were in Pittsburgh.
It was here.
It was here. Anybody care?
No. Nobody. There was no one on the Pirates. I was like, who are these people?
McCutcheon is the only person I know.
Yeah, but he's not.
John Candelaria is all I was on the Pirates.
Who on the Royals would you love to see?
George Brett, probably. Maybe Brett Saberhagen. Man, I want to go see him. Dan Quisenberry.
There we go. This is crazy, dude. But nobody. I don't know any. No, I take that back. Bobby Witt Jr. The only reason why I know about him because he was picked second to Adley Rutschman. You know what I'm saying? So
there you go. Other than that, though, I don't.
Yeah.
Baseball doesn't sell baseball enough to me.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the problem that I have with baseball. Sell the stars. You have stars. You have people sell. If not sell the team, sell something. And they're not. To me, they're not selling enough of the star. Like again, Shohei is an attraction. And even if I know Shohei is an attraction, have you seen Shohei everywhere? Like I would have this dude everywhere. It's basketball playoff season. There's basketball commercials for people who aren't even playing in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I mean, what do we? Give me something. I mean, it's not even football season. We still see football stuff.
Dude, I didn't even know Shohei had a commercial until yesterday.
And baseball season, the crazy thing about baseball season, once it's over, you don't see none of those people.
No.
Unless they show up at football games. Only time I ever see Mike Trout is if he's at an Eagles game. That's it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not, they have, like Spider Mitchell. Spider, he's a New York guy. He's a Mets fan. So he's out there tweeting about, the Mets and they play Cleveland. The only problem is because, Polar Bear, Pete hit a grand slam to tie the game the other day. And he's a Mets fan, but they're playing the Guardians. So the Guardians tweeted at him, like, delete this tweet because he was happy that he beat the Guardians. Stuff like that I like. But if you have guys who are hype, even in other sports, use them if you need to hype up a team or a sport or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just glad you went to go see him, man. I'm sorry I missed him, but that was phenomenal. So since we're on baseball, let's talk about the week of the O's. Since we last spoke out, 7-3 in their last 10, 14. Count them. Not one, not two, not three. 14 games over 500. Talk about them O's, man.
Look, man. People keep counting them out. Who's
counting them out?
Your old GM. Phillips. What's his name? Kim Phillips?
Steve Phillips.
That dude. Oh, he went on this rant. It's so I hate when national people talk about your team when they don't watch them enough and they don't know what's going on. But his big old thing is, yeah, the Orioles may have the second best record in baseball, but it's not going to last. Their starting pitcher's ERA is 5.08 and blah blah blah. You're looking at the numbers. The season just started. Ever since he went on his rant, the starting pitching, look, everybody's pitching 6 innings, 5 innings, 0 runs, 1 earned run, 2 earned run, 3 earned run, except Grayson. He got lit up by the Angels when we went. But other than that, the starting pitching, granted, they're not pitching 7 innings, but they're pitching 5, 6 innings, and they're keeping the team in games. So national people, get off my team. Unless you watch all the games every day like I do, just get off my team because you don't know what you're talking about. But no, the Orioles, man, they're good. Today they're in your home country of Canada, your favorite country.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land. No, sorry.
No, but they're playing Toronto. They took the game last night and they had a nice comeback win today. Down by 3 runs, close on the round. Ryan O'Hearn with a 3-run jack with 2 strikes hurt.
Nice.
Took it to extra innings. The Orioles, they're just doing their thing, man. They're 14 games over 5. Yeah, and see, people thought they were going to slip because they had a stretch of 16 games against, teams with winning records because they were beating up on all the sorry teams. But they took one.
You play who's on the schedule. You play who's on the schedule.
But look, here's what they've done, right? 1 out of 2 in Atlanta, which they should have won all 3 of them games. Then they took the series. Then they beat the Rays 2-1. Beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 2-1. Split with the Angels. And they've already beaten this series with Toronto. They're already up 2-0. So, dude, I mean, look, stop sleeping on the Orioles, man. This is something about this team, man. It's something about this team.
They're fun to watch. They're young. They're fun to watch, and that's why people need to go to the park.
Yes. Sure. Yeah, I will say this, and I may have said this the last podcast too. The Orioles are doing it right now with with the talent that they're bringing in. If they maintain this level of success, what have I been saying? What have I been waiting for this team to do? Spend some money. There is no excuses.
The money.
That is correct, Hurt. There is no excuses this year. We are not sellers.
Zero.
We need to be buyers, Hurt. And we have and it's crazy I'm saying this, we have the best farm system in all of baseball. We have like 8 prospects in the top 100 prospects of all of baseball. And that's not an exaggeration. We need to make some trades, get a frontline starting pitcher. We need to spend some money. Like, we're fine, Hurt, but we need to do some things to really help this team contend.
Now, the only issue I see is, does management, meaning above the head coach, of course, GM and everybody else, believe that this team is a team that could actually do something? If they do, which I believe they seem like they can, you need to do what you're saying they need to do. You need to go get an ace. You need to go solidify. That's solidifying your team.
Right.
Now, you don't need to give up the whole kit and caboodle. You can give up something to gain even more. Why can't you? Because in all honesty, I'm not trying to poo-poo anybody. And I know we're early in the season. We know how long baseball is. Injuries, teams get hot. Teams, this crazy stuff has happened. So we know we've watched baseball long enough. When you get to the playoffs, Houston, you can be hot by that time. Some teams are cold, then they start off hot. If you maintain this level of consistency throughout the season, there's no reason why you shouldn't have or add to that team. Because that means a team, again, who would you be afraid of? No one. There's literally no one in the American League that you should be like, oh, man, I don't want to face them. You've beaten the team who leads the division. You've beaten everybody else who leads any other division. Only team that people would get scared of because they haven't been 100% healthy is the Astros, because they're the Astros. That's it. So you get your team ready to beat the Astros. get into the playoffs. You have your veteran guy, whoever you need to add in there, and you do your thing. But don't just let the season go and just leave it. Because that's what, and to learn from that, Arsenal had the youngest starting team in the Premier League. And we spent most of the season in first place until recently. And youth and nerves and all that stuff really started to impact the team. And we started falling through the cracks because we didn't have well, we had injuries too, but we didn't have like the guy to just take us over to that. And you need that. You need that. You need that guy to come in to solidify everything. Yeah. So, and that's what, again, I know it's early in the season. We'll see how it goes along. But if you guys are still where you are in, July or whatever the trade deadline, whatever that area is, they need to add somebody. There'll be teams that are going to be selling, of course. Yeah. And, you could buy, and you don't need to buy expensive. You could buy cheap. Yep. Sometimes you could get a rental. But sometimes you want a guy that may have a year or two on a contract that what, this guy is going to fit into our clubhouse. We like his work ethic, and he's doing well. He may be on a bad team, but he's a good pitcher. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they need to do. So we'll see. On the opposite side of that. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was going to say, here's the crazy thing, right? For as good as the Orioles are, they're about to get better hurt because they have two prospects they haven't called up yet. I think they haven't called them up because of like what's it called, usage time or service. Yeah. So we have Jordan Westberg, second baseman, killing it in AAA. I think he just hit his 10th home run last
AAA squad up?
Norfolk. They're playing. I think they're actually playing Syracuse, the Mets.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're playing them right now. But anyway, we have him, and we have our number one draft pick from a couple of years ago, Colton Cowser, who's a hitting machine, tearing it up in AAA. So, dude, we're about to get better. And I already look, Jackson Holiday, man. For as sad as I was, Joe, when we didn't pick him, man, I'm so glad we did, man.
I don't know why you were so. I was, dude. How excited was I?
You were way more excited than I was.
I didn't want him hurt.
So
I didn't want him hurt. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, this dude's gonna be good, and he's tearing it up, man.
Yeah,
he's tearing it up. So
all right, man. So tell me enough about the Orioles, man. Tell me about your Mets, man.
Yeah, sure. No, actually, we won 3 in a row finally.
Oh, all right. Who y'all playing?
Yeah, we took 2 out of 3 from the division leading Rays because that's what we do.
Oh, thank you.
Well, yeah, because since you didn't do it to the Braves, we decided to show you how it's done. So I appreciate your lack of faith in the force, which is like our first series win in a minute since like April.
Damn.
So yeah, we were on a side. So we're back at 500 now. 6 games behind Atlanta because you didn't beat them except once.
Yeah.
So that didn't help us out. But no, we're hitting. We're actually hitting the ball. We scored. We came back from behind to beat the Guardians yesterday. We had a rain out today. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to lose because we're on ESPN. So chalk that up as a loss. Like I said, we beat the Rays twice. And before then we struggled with the Reds, the Rockies. The Tigers swept us. It was ridiculous. Like we were getting booed. They were booing Verlander off the mound. They were booing the whole team. That's how bad it was. Because this team's highest payroll in baseball was underperforming. But our bats are coming alive. Pitching's still kind of iffy. Mm-hmm. But we need to get that together. Come on, Seattle. Hold on to that lead against Atlanta. So maybe we'll be getting over a hump, but we'll see.
Okay. All right.
But so far, so good. Couple walk-offs in the past week. That usually helps the morale.
Well, that's good, man.
I'm beating a good team like Tampa twice. So
that's good, man.
Yeah. So it's a long season. So I had a good transition. I can't remember what it was.
Oh man.
Man, it was baseball, Tony, MLB. Was moving that? I don't remember. All right. So since I can't remember, let's real quick talk about. Well, since we were talking about Baltimore, National Treasure won the Preakness today. I know you turned it on with like 2 minutes to start the Preakness, but I guess my question to you is, as someone who's here, even though you've never been to the event. How do you feel? I mean, obviously it's important because they were at one point thinking about moving it, maybe to Laurel or something. But luckily, I think they renovated. I feel like it needs to stay where it is. I think Preakness is special. It definitely belongs in Baltimore. It definitely belongs at Pimlico. But I guess my question to you is, hey, are you ever going to go to Preakness? And what do you think, like this, why don't we have more things here for Baltimore?
Oh, well, why don't we have more things here? I mean, that's a pretty easy question, I think. We don't do enough to attract people here. We have the best things. We have a beautiful downtown, but the problem with downtown is, at night some people don't want to come downtown.
Yeah, that's anywhere at night, honestly, to me. Now, it's not as, I think, and I've never been in a downtown that was more, New York is lights, right? I mean, stuff happens in New York too, but it's just like you're in Times Square, it's lights and a billion people. That's not how it is. You're not going to go climb Federal Hill at 10 o'clock at night.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, you got the casino's down there. But I mean, like, for instance, I know last year Arsenal came and played at M&T and stuff like that, but I don't know what's scheduled there for, before football season starts. I don't know. I don't think there's any what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think there's any scheduled matches here. I know there's some in DC when the Premier League comes this summer. Okay. Like, I just don't understand why there's not more. Camden Yards is freaking awesome. It's a beautiful place. I know they've had concerts. I think Bruce Springsteen's been down there. But that's just it's just I don't get it.
I think
they advertise as much.
I just think they need to do what would make Baltimore is fine, right? They need to do more downtown to attract. You need to make coming to the harbor and downtown area an event. Put things down there that people will want to go, and they can do it. They can. It's so many things you could do. Where I just see this whole vision of downtown that if you have forward thinkers here, and the right things, like there's so much you could do. Put a really nice arena. You put a nice open air something. I mean, dude, there's so much you could do downtown.
Well, we got the CFG that they redid, right? Well, I mean, I haven't been in there yet.
So they did redo that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, remember, AEW was there. They're having concerts there. Raw's going to be there for July 3rd. So they have events there.
So when you say they redid it, did they modernize it?
I haven't seen the inside. I will when we go to Raw, but I haven't. I haven't been there in a minute. I think the last time I was actually there was for an indoor football league game.
Okay.
For that Baltimore team, I can't remember what the name was.
By the way, have the tickets for Raw gone on sale yet?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll let you know. I'll take a look at them.
Okay. But yeah, so I just feel like there's a lot we can do because I like going downtown, but when I go down there, I'm like, man, I just feel like it could be more. For instance, one thing, we were talking about the harbor earlier. The past couple of years, they've done a really good job at Christmas time and what they do. Have you been down there at Christmas time?
Yep.
They make like what they've done, and they put like the
whole village.
Yeah. Thank you. The whole village. Get the word out.
Yeah.
Christmas Village at the harbor is top notch, dude. And I love going down there at that time. And it needs to be like that during the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice down there today. I mean, things are a tad bit expensive, but and they do need to add a little bit more. Like where Cheesecake Factory, that thing's basically closed.
Yeah,
like you need to do something better with that whole thing.
Yeah, they need to reimagine the pavilions. They need to reimagine that whole area. It's so nice, dude. There's so much they could do, yo. There's so
that whole pavilion needs to change.
Yeah,
because it's dead. So we need to, I don't know, like relocate some things, move. I don't know why Cheesecake should have been over where Phillips and stuff is. Anyway,
yeah.
Like just give them an area over there to be, and then revamp everything, and then go on from there. But we're getting into that's a whole different subject. But having Preakness here, are you ever going to go to Preakness?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to have a Black Eyed Susan?
What's a Black Eyed Susan? Is that
that's the official drink? Like the Mint Julep is the official drink of the Kentucky Derby.
When we go to Preakness,
okay,
we will have a Black Eyed Susan.
Okay, I'll have mine, and you're not going to finish yours, so I'm not going to waste mine. There's that.
No, but I would, dude. Have you been?
No, of course not.
Okay, yeah, because I would do it.
Like I would go, but what I can't afford, I'm gonna be there with like the regular people. I don't want that. It's too many.
Oh, so you don't want to go? You don't want to go in the infield?
I can go in the infield with the non-rowdy people. Like there's different infields. Like I don't want to go in the infield where they're tipping over porta potties.
No.
Yeah, I want to go to the sophisticated infield.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go there where I can just hang out there with my hat on and my best Saturday Preakness suit.
Okay.
I
would go just for the experience of it.
That's it. That's all I want to do. It's not even about betting on a horse. I could care less about that. It's the experience.
Bet on horses from my phones now.
Yeah, it's about the experience of Baltimore's biggest thing. Honestly, that's meaningful. So I really do. I just wish there was more of those. Again, this is why I missed the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So, we had our MLB recap. We're talking about Shohei Ohtani. I might as well get into, since we're going to talk about. I think we got no football news. Thank goodness. Might as well just get it over. We'll talk about Ja Morant. So supposedly now, this was real early in the week. There was word that he once again was caught on Instagram Live, one of his friends or whatever it is, and it was erased after that. But of course, enough people saw it, where he was brandishing a firearm. So, two questions to you what do you think should happen to him? Number one. And number two, do you think the NBA should take over the NRA? Because they have stricter rules than the NRA. But that's a whole other thing. But the first question is, what do you think is justifiable to happen to Ja Morant?
I don't know, but there needs some type of stern action needs to be taken. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Definitely, he needs to miss games, in my opinion. I don't know what that amount is, but the thing that pisses me off about this is a couple things. This is a Ja Morant issue and a systemic issue, or a culture issue, I believe, from the Memphis Grizzlies, right? So, because I fault him and I fault them. I fault him because this dude he did it once, right? He got dismissed from the team, said he had to get some help, came back rather quickly, and he does the same exact thing. The same exact thing. Like, what are you doing? And I feel like, I don't know what it is with the team and the organization, but they're allowing these players to just do whatever they want, say whatever they want, act however they want, and they're an embarrassment not only to that organization but to the league. I don't know what's going on in Memphis and with the Grizzlies, man. I don't know what's going on with Ja Morant, but he needs to get help. Okay, and he needs to understand the platform he's on. I just don't, and I don't want to hear he's young. I don't want to hear that he's what 20, 23, 24. He's a young kid. I don't want to hear that, dude. I don't want to hear it. Like you literally just did this stuff 3 weeks ago or however long it was. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, I'm just really disappointed in him, man. And there needs to be some type of sternness with action because you cannot have this. You cannot have your league being portrayed like this. Period. There is no exceptions. None. You cannot have your star, one of your faces of the league, on Instagram Live brandishing a weapon. No. I don't care if guns are legal in your state. I don't care if you're a licensed carrier. You cannot do that. No. So there needs to be some swift and stern action. He needs to be held accountable, and he needs to understand what he's doing and why it's wrong. So that's basically all I gotta
say. You have to be aware of who you are and what you do for a living, right? If you want to go and carry a gun and whatever, don't be a basketball player. Don't be in a place where you'll be judged in an arena, right? Where people won't look at you as someone who should be responsible. Again, I never looked at basketball players or football or baseball players as above other people or role models. In all honesty, that's just me personally. But the league has an image to uphold to. And even though it really doesn't match the national image, it doesn't match the image of your employer, which is the National Basketball Association. So since you know that already, what are you thinking? If you don't feel safe, get bodyguards. If you don't feel safe, then don't go out at 2 a.m. in the morning. If you don't feel safe, don't do things that you will make you don't feel safe. I know you're young. You also have a child. So maybe whatever your behavior is something you need to tone down. Period. You know what I mean? So, and also in saying that, I was reminded of this story here in Maryland where this I forgot what his name is, Jaden McCourty, has been strung around his neighborhood in Severn with a long gun, and what he says is a protest of recent state gun control legislation. Just walking around his neighborhood. And police says that his actions are legal. Now, this is like an AR-15 style rifle he's walking around with. So he's, as he says, guns can be safe if it's controlled by the right person. His protest has sparked fear and concerns about open carry because he's doing it near like a bus stop in Severn where kids, and I don't know if he has kids, he's young, but he took issue with the gun and safety law in Maryland. It states that a person can no longer carry a weapon or firearm in a school, healthcare facility, or a place licensed to sell liquor or cannabis, such as a stadium, museum, or racetrack. So I'm not sure exactly why that's hurting you, but whatever. If you want to protest it, you can protest it. But this is how he's protesting, and there's nothing people can. He's 20. This guy's 20. So this is where we are now. I have a child. She gets off the bus, and some dude's standing outside with a gun, and he's in protest. In all honesty, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm probably running him over from my car. I don't feel safe with someone doing that, regardless of what his reason is. But this is what we're living in. Again, he can legally do that. John Morant is an NBA player. You can't do this, and you shouldn't be able to do that either. Don't get me wrong. But this is the type of stuff that's probably not in his head that he's probably saying like, well, everybody else can do it, but you don't. But you got to be aware of who you are, dude. You know, it's like again, you aren't a Yankee fan. I'm not a Yankee fan. But if I go to the Yankees, guess what? I got shaved. Right? I signed the contract. I don't have to go there, but once I do, this has got to go. This is what their policy is. You know, you have to follow the policies of who you employ or who you're employed by. So he should get a suspension, a lengthy one, because stop being stupid. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. How long of a suspension hurt? Just curious. Do you have any?
I would say a quarter of the season. So 82 games.
About a 20 game suspension.
Yeah, at least 20 something. Yeah, at least 20 something. And that to me makes sense.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, it's just come on, dude. Just come on.
Yeah.
So speaking of all this stuff that's crazy, as we all know, there's been a lot of fired coaches in the NBA recently. The most recent one is your favorite, Doc. Doc Rivers fired by the Philadelphia 76ers. Some say unfairly due to something like between him and James Harden. Supposedly Harden didn't want Doc back or something, or rather. But also in the past week, a week before, Monty was fired down in Phoenix. Of course, early in the season, Nick Nurse was let go by Toronto, and Budenholzer was let go by Milwaukee. Now, of all these firings that happened, I thought Monty's was the craziest because he literally had a team that just got put together where all the pieces were hurt, and they lost in the second round, and he got fired. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Doc getting fired, I can kind of understand that. As much as I like Doc, and Doc, I feel like Doc is just a good dude. And that one title can only do but so much for you on different teams. You know what I'm saying? And this team has done nothing while he's been there but lose earlier than they're supposed to.
All his teams
and his stars don't show up for game 7.
Yeah. All his teams do this, Hurt. So,
yeah.
I can't defend Doc anymore. I will say the one firing that got me was Budenholzer, man. Like, was that a justified firing?
No, because it's not like they're like 5 or 6 years removed from the title.
Only like
what? 3?
3? Yeah.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
So Golden State won last year. Who won the year before?
There was the bubble win. Then there was the Bucks, right? I don't know, man.
I can't remember who won before. Now, if he won, it was just 2 years ago. Then that's really crazy because I can't think of who won before Golden State.
He won in 2021.
Huh?
He won in 2021.
So that was the year before Golden State won. Dude, it's just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. There had to be something in the locker room, or again, I know they were mad because of some timeouts he did, and I know an 8 beat a 1, but that 8's not a normal 8.
That 8's beating everybody.
That 8's beating everybody, and up 2-0 right now.
Right.
We'll get to that in a second. But I mean, I did not that's not an 8-8. You know what I'm saying? That's a play-in 8.
Excuse me.
That was a play-in 8 too. It wasn't like a, and they ate everybody's lunch so far. Okay. So right now they're eating Boston's lunch.
Yeah.
So but to fire him, I guess to me, not saying that I understood that less than Monty, but Monty got a team halfway through the season that he didn't coach the whole first part of the season. And they're the team that were just in the finals. So the 2 coaches in the finals from 2 years ago both gone.
I don't get it.
That doesn't make sense. So you got your franchise. You got the Baltimore Storks, whatever other bird name if y'all got a basketball, I'm sure it'd be another bird name. So you got a new basketball team, the Baltimore whatevers. You got Doc, you got Budenholzer, you got Monty, you got Nick Nurse. Who's going to be your coach?
I'm taking the dude that just won a championship 2 years ago. I know 3 of them have chips. I'm taking the dude that just got one. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, I like Nick Nurse too.
Yeah, Nick Nurse.
I like Nick Nurse. But, Budenholzer makes sense. So, and to me, honestly, last on that list would be Doc.
Doc, he's a choker, dude.
His teams underperform consistently. Yeah. They make the playoffs, though. These teams will make the playoffs.
Yeah, Doc.
Now, Doc, you know where Doc should go? He should go to Charlotte. I don't know why Mike doesn't hire someone like him. I don't know if Mike wants more control, but I don't think Mike's ever had an A1 type coach for his franchise. Now, again, it's always going to be like a rebuilding process type thing, but I don't understand why you wouldn't want that. Again, unless he just wants total control because of who he is. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see, but he's selling the team anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. So speaking of teams, we do have to get this though. The number 1 draft pick went to the San Antonio Spurs, who drafted the guy who has my second favorite name besides Giannis Antetokounmpo. Will be now I messed it up because now I forgot his name because I said Giannis Antetokounmpo. Wembanyama is going to be in San Antonio. Is he going to Tim Duncan that team?
Yes. And you know who's the most excited out of everybody?
Oh, dude. I know he was sitting there Pop was just sitting there like, I'm good. I'm going to get no championship for our retire. Because Pop's like, what, 110 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude, I mean, he had David Robinson. And he had Kawhi's. He got Tim Duncan's. Now he got Wembanyama.
It was funny.
Yeah, he better get him down there and give him some of that Texas food because that dude needs to gain a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
A little bit of weight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's tall, he's skilled, but he needs to eat.
Now, as a new resident, the new resident of San Antonio, my brother is very excited.
Oh yeah.
Because it's funny. He was telling me about this guy about a month ago. I had never heard of him. He was telling me about him. So I was watching some video on him and stuff like that. So I'm like, wow, this dude's gonna be good. So he called me up. What was it, Wednesday or whatever day they announced the pick? He was like, yeah, we were just hoping over here. We were just hoping. I was like, yeah, man. Now you get to see this dude live and in person. He's like, yep. He's like, I'm gonna be down there.
It's hard to come by now.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. I know he's I thought they were, he's excited. The San Antonio fans, fans are excited. So yeah, man. That's I'm glad you brought that up. That's another thing I knew we had to talk about, but I couldn't remember. No, that's good, man. Look, man, they've done well. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and now Wembanyama, yo. So yeah.
So congrats to them. So speaking of being congrats, are we about to congratulate the Miami Heat for making the NBA Finals? Because the Heat currently up 2-0 on the road. Now, I don't know if you watched any previous games. I really didn't watch the first game, but I was watching last night's game.
Mm-hmm.
Boston had no business losing that game.
Didn't they have a lead? I thought they were up by like 11.
They had a big enough lead, kind of like the one Denver currently has now against the Lakers. Which, by the way, we'll get to that in a second. Because that series is over. But they're not playing great, right? The Heat are missing shots. They look kind of tired. So for some unknown reason, Grant Williams hits a 3-pointer, right? And they would, I think at that point, it was 96-87 with 6:37 left when he hits the 3-pointer. He's running down the court, and he all of a sudden wants to get in Jimmy Butler's face. Why are you getting in Jimmy Butler's face?
Dude.
So they both got technicals. And after that technical that they both got, Miami went on a 24-9 run. Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't play a lot in basketball. Like, I was like the guy on the bench. So if I came out and hit it and got a basket, what I wasn't going to do is trash talk the starter. And I'm not saying Grant Williams is scrub, he's not. But he's also not the best player on the team.
Right.
Like, he's like the 4th, 5th, 6th best player on the team. If that. Something like that. He's good enough to be in the NBA, but he's not Tatum. He's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not any of those dudes. So, a 24-9 run. And not only that, but you're guarding Jimmy Butler, who's now eating you alive. What are you doing? what are you doing? So they're up 2-0. They're going back to Miami. How many games in this series do you think are going to happen now? Now I heard the away teams that go 2-0 are undefeated in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think Celtics winning a game.
You don't think they're going to win a game?
No.
Wow, you think it's 4-0?
Yep.
I think they'll win a game. I'm going to give them because they should have won that one. Except Williams started trash talking.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna. I don't believe in this team, dude. The only reason why they got to the finals because they had to play Philly, who has no heart. So
they ain't got no heart.
They don't. So
no heart.
Yeah, no, it's a joke. Boston's a joke, and let me tell you something. If I hear these words together, what's his name, Tatum and Superstar together, just go. I don't want to hear about how he scored 51 points. I don't want to hear about how he scored 16 points in the fourth quarter in Game 6 with the Lakers. If that dude was this good, his team would not be in this position right now. I get sick of hearing. Every year we keep hearing how it was Jason Tatum is a superstar, and no, he's not. Boston's a fraud. He's not as good as everybody says he is. I hope they lose. Goodbye.
Okay, well, I kind of disagree with you on the Tatum stuff. Because again, you do need a whole team to win in the NBA.
You
where
think
everybody else
Tatum's a superstar?
I think I don't.
Exactly. No, you just
no. Hold on. No. See, no, it's like the NBA's like unlike baseball. They advertise everybody, right? Like Jason Tatum's got commercials, so I mean, he's got more than Mike Trout. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, how many commercials he got?
He's got more commercials than Mike Trout. So if you want to consider that, then yes, he's a superstar. He's a 5-tool basketball player then, because he's got more commercials than Mike Trout.
All right.
He's a perennial all-star. Is he Steph? No. Is he Giannis? No. So but is he better than AD? Yeah. To me, he's better than AD. People think AD's a superstar. Heck, he made the 75 best players for some reason.
Please.
For some reason. I mean, it's when you look at the East. In all seriousness, when you look at the Eastern Conference, is Butler a superstar?
No.
And there's not too many stars in the East. What, Trae Young?
They're stars. I'm talking about superstars.
Yeah.
I just hear
Jason. He's not Giannis. Like he's
to my core.
He's still a star though.
He's a star. He's not a superstar.
Yeah, but there's not too. I don't think there's too many superstars in the NBA right now.
But so stop calling him that. Every year we hear this narrative about Jason Tatum. He's not a superstar. Stop trying to create this narrative for this guy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I still think he's a really, really good player, though.
All right.
Is he not the best player on the team?
Yes, he's the.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think he's not a perennial all-star, and he's not really,
Yes, he's a perennial all-star. He is not a superstar.
He's not a. You think he's a top 10 player in the NBA?
I'll get back to you.
All right. Well, I'll have you rank the other 9 another time.
I said, let me get back to you.
Get back to me. You and that snake, get back to me, okay? So let's go from Boston to LA since they had this rivalry, and both of these teams are down 2-0. Since you think Miami is going to sweep Boston, is Denver going to sweep the Lakers?
I think Lamar. I think LeBron is good for one win at home.
You and Lamar. You got Lamar to bring. You said they're good for one.
Yeah, one win at home. Yeah.
They should have won that game 2 days ago.
Yeah.
They were there, but at the end of that game, Jamal Murray took over, and I swear to beans, LA couldn't hit the ocean.
Yeah.
Nothing was going in. Layups, shots, nothing. Everybody was breaking out. I'm like, oh, this is over. And they could not come back from that. I think out of the two teams down 2-0, I feel like the Lakers would be the one that would be able to come back. Out of
You know why?
Well, just because of Denver's inexperience, maybe
because they have a superstar on their team.
I mean, listen, I know AD, you love AD, but I wouldn't call AD a superstar yet. You know, I know you like D'Angelo and Austin Reeves, but just calm down, okay, buddy. But yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, this is it's a tough series. I do not want to see Denver, Miami. I'm not watching that. We're gonna do the podcast, and I want to be like, dude, I did not see game not 1, not 2, not 3 games in the NBA Finals. I can't. Yeah, that would be. Excuse me. I guess just out of curiosity, I'd have to tune in just to see it, but I don't think I would enjoy it. I really would. Well, that'll be what we're on the verge of getting, and it seems more like a Super Bowl I wouldn't want to watch.
Oh, we might get the bubble rematch. Hurt.
We're not getting that. Again, unless the Lakers start hitting shots, and I like when Joker and Murray just get cold. I don't think we're seeing it.
Yeah,
nah. I don't think we're seeing that, brother.
Nah.
But we'll see. So I think we got most of our sports stuff out of the way. I think our major sports stuff. So I do want to spend the last couple of minutes talking about the passing of a legend. And you want to talk about superstar. This guy was a superstar not only on the field, but also for social justice here in America as well. The passing of the great Jim Brown. Jim Brown, who of course played with the Cleveland Browns, also went to Syracuse University in upstate New York. Known for not only probably being the greatest football player of all time, but also for what he did to champion equality and justice for us. Along again, the luminaries that he was with, the Bill Russells, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, the Muhammad Ali's. All these guys were all there together. He was just as key as they were, championing rights for all of us, man. So sad, of course, because he's so renowned, and I feel like I did. Of course, we never saw him play; we saw his highlights, but I knew him almost more as an activist than I knew him as a football player.
Yeah, it's crazy. He only played 9 seasons, yo. That's it. He only played 9 seasons.
Because they didn't want him to film whatever movie he wanted. If it was like, all right, I'm out. He was the reigning MVP that season.
It's crazy.
He's like, yeah, no, y'all ain't gonna pay me out my. All right, I'm good.
Yeah, man. 1965 was his last year. He was, like you said, he was a MVP. It's crazy, man. That's crazy. 2-time MVP, Rookie of the Year. I mean, his numbers are insane, especially when you think that he only played 12 game and 14 game seasons to put up the numbers he put up. Just from a football standpoint, man. And from like you said, just really fighting for social justice, for equality, civil rights. Jim Brown's the man, yo. He's the man. He's the GOAT. You ask a lot of people who's the greatest player of all time. A lot of people will tell you Jim Brown. A lot of people will tell you Jim Brown, man.
So, like somebody said, like he broke down barriers, like he broke tackles.
I like that.
So I definitely will definitely remember him for that. Also, just helping out to reform inner city gang members and prison inmates. Again, it just seemed like, and he was like Mr. Brown. You know what I mean? Like he was always like one of those guys, and definitely, like I said, just a civil rights leader. And someone that's definitely going to be missed. I mean, him and then Harry Belafonte, just a couple weeks ago too as well. Those guys definitely fought all their life for social.
Yeah.
And definitely those guys are going to be missed. And like I think the only one left right now we have is Kareem.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Russell passed, you know, as well. So Kareem's really, you know, from that era.
Yeah.
Really one of the only people left.
So who was it? The movie, what was it? Like A Night in Miami? Who was it? Jim Brown, Kareem? Who else was there?
And Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, Ali.
Yeah.
Jim Brown.
I saw that movie. What?
Yeah, I did too. It was really good.
I don't know if I saw it I feel like I saw it at the theater.
Oh, okay. I did. I know I saw it. It was on Amazon, so I did.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I saw it there. I can't remember. Yeah. And Sam Cooke, right?
Yeah, Sam Cooke. Yeah.
Alone, I'm looking for my baby. Sam Cooke. Yeah, Sam Cooke was a man. I was like,
he was a man.
I'm down by the boardwalk. Come here. Anyway, hurt you.
Oh, stop. Oh.
Gotta end with that. But anything else? Any closing remarks, comments, anything you want to bring out?
No, man. Just it was a full week. You know, had a lot to talk about. Let's just keep enjoying our teams. You know,
enjoy. You hear that, everyone? Enjoy the run your team is on.
Yeah.
They fall short, even though they shouldn't have been where they were. Enjoy the run, Arsenal fans. Enjoy the run. No one expected us to be second. No one expected us to lead the league as long as we did. No one expected us to be in Champions League this year. The youngest team in the league. Everybody, RELAX. Relax. And that's the only time I'm going to quote that guy, who's now a Jet. So, and at the end of the first quarter, 32-20, Denver over the Lakers.
Come on.
So we'll see how the rest of it. Hey, you know what? As long as they don't give up 72 like they did the first game.
Good Lord.
So that was, oof. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in and streaming our YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitter, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you find podcasts, you will find us, the NY2MD podcast. Everyone have a safe weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.
Come here.